Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? Talking Shit Tuesday. Coming at you. Talking Shit Tuesday. That's right. This show is going to be a fun show today because we're going to have a lot to talk about. Specifically, the announcement that VMP made that basically, from what I can tell, says that they're going to become a dealer for Whipple. Like, when you look at the announcement and you see the video that they put out on YouTube, it raised way more questions to me than it answered. Now, I did speculate and I did have information, duh. It's not like I just, think of stuff out of the ether and then, it coalesces based on my manifestation of what I said from the ether. No, I actually have insider info and there was rumblings and I was able to make, a couple of connections work. So the relationship between Whipple and VMP, we're going to talk about the history. We're going to talk about the announcement stating that Whipple will allow VMP to basically sell blower kits with VMP logo on it. That's what it looks like to me. From an outsider perspective, I go, so what's happening? Is VMP just going to support Whipple kits, a la Lethal, a la DNA, a la Beefcake, a la American Muscle? Or are they going to have a more intimate, going raw partnership in that situation? We'll speculate about that, and I'm going to make a couple of connections that you guys are going to have to indulge me on because I have a lot of thoughts, and I have to make a couple of connections to kind of give you a clue as to why it raised more questions than it answered. And I did receive phone calls. That's right. Representatives from VMP called me to basically iron out some stuff that was put out there online. We'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about the totally not a dud, totally not a piece of junk, totally not a crappy platform, no different than the previous, running 135 in the quarter mile out of a supposed 880 horsepower, rear wheel horsepower situation where Lethal's car went to the track. Evan Smith put out an article via Motor Trend, and they ran a whopping 10.6 at 135. And I'm going to give you guys, I'm not going to bash it. I'm just going to say it just verifies that the S650 is a dud. The Whipple makes good power on the dyno, but maybe there's a bunch of torque reduction. Maybe the car just doesn't do what it's supposed to do with that kind of power. And of course, they went out there with a drag radial, which blows my effing mind to this day why anybody is trying to run a number in a stick shift car with a drag radial. Blows my mind. We'll get into all of that. It's going to be a great show. And we're doing a PMAS cold air intake giveaway. That's right. We're going to be giving away a PMAS cold air intake, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly says hello to the people.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks!
It does suck. It always sucks. I'm telling you, it always sucks. PMAS. Today we're going to be giving away a PMAS cold air. Oh my God, this music is in my ear. It's really loud. PMAS, Nick James, cold air intake giveaway. He doesn't know what's happening. I'll let him know tomorrow. D&H Performance, the best place to get Whipple kits, regardless of the news. D&H Performance is the place to get every single part available. We'll see if Whipple makes them a lid. Heyo, D&Hperformance.com. PartsFarm.com, Parts Farm on Instagram, Parts Farm on Facebook. Anything you want. Take off parts, Coyote, 24 Mustang, Hemi, you name it. It's basically a salvage yard for like specialized cars, specifically hot rods, muscle cars, and sports cars. Two Auto Solution, Rami Zaidan, Auto Solution. Oh my God, I'm running out of breath. Two Auto Solution, Rami Zaidan. Caliber Transmission, CaliberTransmission.com, Caliber Transmission on Instagram. Caliber Transmission is going to be at NMRA. Check them out. NMRA, Caliber Transmission in Gainesville. Meth and transmissions all in one place. Valac, that's right. If you're a capo, up and coming, drug dealer, and you want to stand out better than the other guys in the corner, Valac's got the wheels for you. Gee, they'll beat like anything. Valac and MFP of Australia, MFP Main Force Performance owed $315,000, but we'll talk about that another day. I'm sure I'll get a phone call about that. Let's say hi to the people here, and we will talk about the partnership with benefits, apparently, that VMP and Whipple announced. 2000 MCR, Joe Swish, Naldo. Oh my God, it's not showing up. Why is it not showing up? Oh no. Copy, paste, la da da. Totally professional, Alex. Totally professional show. You got totally professional. I need someone like pushing buttons. 2000 MCR, Joe Swish, Naldo, Travis, 2000 MCR again. Bryson Witt, Douche did it, Mocky Mock. B. Levesh, Money 540, Gallo Bravo, Michael Davis, I'm Hung Solo, Chemicalster, Clip Clop, Stuart D, that dude, Chris V, Vic L, Dixon, Clean on 2GT, One of One, Paul Ponthieu, One of One RTR, Mini by Madman, Paul Ponthieu, Freedom Rider, SVT Rod, Oscar Hernandez, TJ Sikorsky, Coca-Cola, Oscar Hernandez, D-Rock Fox, DIY, Sean Nade, Second Shift Racing, One of One RTR, Anthony Phil Fez, Robo Style, Boxy Luxury, Second Shift Racing, Johnny Boy, Back to Coma, Mako Reno, Valley 10 Speed, hello, DI Delete, coming up, EPA, Ken Phillips, Paul Ponthieu, Cuomo, FTR, Andy Ali, Great Escape, GT Mustang, Mark, all the way at the bottom, all the way at the bottom, all the way at the bottom. There's going to be a lot of people on the chat today. Anthony Timothy, just for the comments, is here. 50 McFlurry, Twitch, FPV, Gerardo, Who's Your Daddy, Ashley Fox, C. Nardi, Stephen Duran, Ray 605, Pony Cash, and Eddie Howard, the first time here. Thank you for showing up. So, I post on my Alex Flores page a quick video of me talking about the potential future acquisition of, not acquisition, but a potential, I want to talk about today, potential partnership. And I'll play you the video so you guys get a little bit of context and understand why everything kind of unfolded yesterday. What I want to talk about today is two previous rival companies that are potentially joining forces, someone you never expected to do business with the other one. And I have, let's just say, a unique perspective on this potential merger. And it's not really a merger per se. Let's just say, in terms of outside looking in, it looks like somebody gave up, waved the white flag, and said, I got to run these products to be relevant anymore. So we'll talk about what I suspect is going to happen is VMP will start offering Whipple as their supercharger of choice. Yes, that's right. I think VMP is going to eventually, sooner than later, offer Whipple superchargers in a private label situation. Potentially, you'll see VMP on them, or they'll use their Twin 69s and make different things. Who knows? But I think VMP is, I'm speculating 100%. And I'll tell you why I'm speculating this. And I'll give you a history and a brief background as to why I think it makes sense, but not really makes sense. I think they have nowhere else to go, and they almost have to join forces with Whipple in order to, let's just say, stay relevant or offer the customer something more than just an underperforming Loki and an underperforming Odin, which really hasn't taken off when it comes to the, let's just say, the Mustang aftermarket. So that's what I did on my Alex Flores page on Facebook, and I did post it on a couple of other pages, and I thought it was kind of funny. But guess the thing is this, right? I guess because that was pretty accurate, it kind of caused a stir, and a lot of people asked some questions. And I guess when they announced it, when I released that video, they were in the middle of announcing that. So in one of the posts, if you look in that post on Facebook, a conversation started that actually urged people to call me to try to clarify some things. So right here, someone asked, Mike Moore says, I wonder if this means Magnuson will be able to sell Coyote kits now. Does this mean VMP and Magnuson partnership is dissolved, or will VMP offer both? From what Chuck at Whipple said, I think that's a guy in the videos. It sounds like no TVS from VMP. I can see Magnuson moving forward with bigger rotor packs and new case designs now. And Chuck apparently chimed in on that post. He says, Mike Moore, Magnuson can certainly attempt to offer a Coyote product. Not sure if they will, but nothing stopping them. Whipple will be supporting all VMP Whipple will be supplying, apologies. Whipple will be supplying all VMP superchargers moving forward. So no, VMP will not have a TVS offering. Now, right, I'm gonna pause there, and I'm gonna put my pretty face back on the screen. So at that moment, I am absolutely confused. I'm confused Because if that's the case, let's say you're a VMP dealer and you make products that the VMP specific blower, Odin, Loki, and Gen 3 and Gen 3R rear feed are packaged around. And I'll give you a great example. PBH, Power by the Hour. Power by the Hour, the absolute best Coyote swap company on the planet. What they do is they make specific drive kits for each blower. So they have a drive kit for Edelbrock, Roush front feed, VMP rear feed, and Loki, and Odin, and Whipple. So they have, everyone has their own specific kit. So if you call Power by the Hour, you can go, I want a motor with a Whipple on it. So they grab a Whipple blower, they grab the Whipple drive kit, meaning the belt routing situation, because Jake is just so good at that. And then they put it in a box or even put it on the motor and ship you a blower and a motor with all of the stuff mounted, ready to go. So based on those words, people started going, wait a minute. And I got called, guys, I got called. I mean, out of all the people to get called about two companies doing this, why me? Because I'm totally not influential. Like, I don't matter. But I do have the ear of the right people, especially Jake. So I got a call from Rebecca Starkey. And she's like, no, Alex. I just want to make sure. And I asked her permission. I hope she's okay with that. I asked her permission. Is it okay with you to mention that you called me yesterday to clarify some things? And she says, sure. And she said, from her point of view, VMP will be offering TVSs for the foreseeable future. So let's go back to this post where this conversation is happening. So because I know Jake, I know all these people that are basically they need to know. They need to know if stuff's going to go away. They need to know way ahead of time. Meaning if there's a finite amount of TVSs, Eaton rotor packs with a VMP case around them, meaning the stuff that's on the shelf at their warehouse is it. And it'll eventually be all Whipple stuff people need to know. So I chimed in, and on my post, I said, Chuck Carter, what about legacy support for pre-24? Does VMP only now support Whipple Superchargers, or does this mean that they will legacy support pre-24 TVS products and Whipple 24 Plus products? Now, I hope you guys understand what that means, legacy support. Meaning you will always have a supply or tuning or hardware or whatever for anything anyone TVS related has. Chuck Carter replied, Alejandro, support them in the sense of tuning and accessories? Yes, they will support TVS products. I believe they also plan to keep a few of each TVS units in stock for warranty purposes and replacement parts as well. However, they are moving from the TVS platform for all vehicles, including 03, 04 Cobra, 07 to 14 GT500, and all Coyote platforms, and will now offer Whipple twin screw superchargers instead. So now that caused even more confusion, but then I got a couple of more phone calls. So it looks like to me there isn't clarity as to what is happening. Okay. Let me just say this, and I am speculating, and I did not hear anything from anyone about what I'm about to say. I think Whipple is 100% dead set on, okay, you're going to support Whipple only, right? And I think VMP stated to me that they will support TVSs going forward. So there's a disconnect, right? There's obviously conversations have to happen, and they have to clarify their position. Exactly, Paul Ponthieu. I'm confused too. So based on the phone call I got from Rebecca Starkey, it stated that they will always have TVSs. Now let's look at the big picture. Again, speculation. Alex talking. No one said the following. Just me. Let's look at it from the bird's eye view. I don't think Whipple gives two craps if there's Eaton product on the shelf next to Whipple. But I think Eaton cares if there's twin screws next to their products. You understand? Like, I don't know if Eaton knows that conversation, because I'm sure someone must have gotten a phone call and gone, wait a minute, I didn't hear about this until my YouTube video. As a matter of fact, if you heard me say VMP and Whipple are going to team up a month ago, you got no way. But then when the dealers heard it, and I got multiple calls from multiple people like, wait a minute, does that mean Gen 3Rs are going to run out? Because Alejandro Flores loves the 2650 for the GT500. Nothing against Whipple stuff. I absolutely adore what came on the car from the factory, which is a TVS. Nothing against the twin screw stuff. I run a Whipple 4.5 and a 2650 TVS on my GT500, depending on what I want to happen. If I want 30 plus pounds of boost, here it is. If I want 24, 25 and a little harder hit down low, here is my TVS. So I kind of have the best of both worlds. So I have no dog in this fight. But I think there's a bit of a disconnect. If Eaton is okay, with VMP private labeling lids, basically, let's be honest, I don't think it's a complete new supercharger kit for VMP. I think it's the same thing they did with Lethal, a lid, a private label lid, and VMP has a lid, and then they offer stuff going forward. So I wish I wish there was a very clear picture, meaning a specific question, in my opinion, has to be answered by Justin Starkey and the people at VMP for the people that have a stake in the game of the TVS rotor pack. Because if there is a off-ramp for VMP products, do the dealers know that there's going to be an off-ramp? And I'm looking out for someone like Jake. Jake has millions in stock supporting these kits, not just TVS, but all these kits. So if Whipple all of a sudden changes the design, VMP, Jake is going to go, now I have 40 kits that are worthless. And if VMPs are going to go out of, you're not, VMP TVSs specifically are not going to be on the shelf anymore. He needs to know way ahead of time, because what he'll do, he'll start ramping down production. He'll call his vendors and say, stop making TVS drive kits, because there is a off ramp. There is a finite amount. It will not be supported anymore by VMP. So I will go ahead and not support that product anymore and take a part number off of the website, take the blowers off of the website, take everything TVS related via VMP off of the website. So the dealers need to know this ahead of time, because the dealers have a stake in the game. They have a bunch of money tied up in accessories, drives, you name it. So I think that's where the disconnect was. And I think there's still a lot of questions. I think Whipple is just like, we don't care what's going on over there. We said yes. We said, yeah, go ahead, sell our stuff. We'll put your lid on it and cool. Everything else that needs to happen on the TVS side of things seemingly seems to be supported according to the phone call I got, but making some connections in my head, I go, how? If Eaton is Eaton okay with that? Because Eaton probably would not be okay with that. So I wonder if there is an eventual off-ramp that will make TVS offerings from VMP null and void and not around anymore. You could speculate many other ways. You could look at it in 15 different ways, but that's not what I'm going to do here. I'm going to say there needs to be clarity about the future of TVSs with the VMP logo on them. Because let's say Magnuson has, hey, we still have like 200 on the shelf here. What do you want to do with that? And right. So you see what I mean? Like I only say this because I was there during the end of the Roush relationship, and I saw what happened there. And I wonder if a similar situation is happening where the off-ramp came so fast that it caught a lot of people off guard, but luckily they were still able to connect with Magnuson and still make the rear feed, Gen 3R situation. So now let's move on to, I'm going to go to Facebook, and I'm going to go to Evan Smith's article when he took it's a Motor Trend article. So I'm gonna give him some shine there, because I don't want to go on his Facebook and all this stuff. So they took the Lethal, totally not a dud, blue S650 to the track. It made 833 rear wheel horsepower. And in that video, they were saying, not a dud, you're wrong, not a dud. So he basically talks about his experience at the track. Remember, this thing has headers, probably octane booster, probably pulleyed to death. What should an 830 rear wheel horsepower car, guys, trap in the quarter mile? Forget the 60 foot, the ET doesn't matter. Trap. Now, I'm going to give you two examples. My notchback, 3,100 pounds or 3,200 pounds, 460 rear wheel horsepower, trapped 130. My black 2011 GT trapped 138 when it went 10-1. 138 or 139 if I'm not mistaken, at 750 rear wheel horsepower, verified on E85. My black GT never made more than 750 rear wheel horsepower, and you guys are on the freaking money. 145, 145 plus, 148. It should be a 9-second car, missing a shift, and still trap over 140. Thank you. A lot of you guys are pretty good. The ones that say 140 and up, you guys are on the money, because 833 rear horsepower at 3,900 pounds is still going to make that car move, plain and simple. This car went 137 miles an hour in the quarter mile. 135. It went 11.0, 132, 10.7, 135, 10.7, 135, 10.7, 135, 10.8, 135, 10.6, 135. So the next time I say something's a dud, and you put it on the dyno and say it's not a dud, and then it goes 135, you better give me my flowers, because this is a dud. Now, am I blaming Whipple? No. Am I blaming Lethal? No. Probably has a dud clutch, or it probably has a ton of clutch protection stuff still active. It should absolutely be trapping 140, no problem. Absolutely. And Evan Smith, even though I don't love the stuff he covers with Godzilla stuff, is an excellent driver. Nick Santarpia's Gen 1 went 140 with, I think, 13 or 14 PSI, and you went 9.9 or 10.0, if I'm not mistaken, Nick Santarpia, with a drag radial even. So it's not the driver, Terry Brown. I do not think it's the driver. I think Evan Smith, if you're gonna vet a stick car at that power level, at that configuration, Evan Smith's the guy. He has more experience. He has driven many different platforms, and he's very consistent, as you can see with the mile an hour. Once he figured out the clutch grab, he was excellent. And I think he's a very good driver. I don't take anything away from his driving skills. But say it with me, guys. Dud. The JPC car, gutted with a nitrous shot, went 9s. The Steeda car, auto, went low 10s, maybe 9s. I'm not 100%. I don't care about the ET. This car should have gone 140, no problem. Now, that's not Whipple's fault. Maybe there's a bunch of clutch protection still enabled in the calibration. I don't know what happened, but 135, and for it to be a consistent 135, tells me something is wrong there. 880 rear wheel horsepower should trap easily 140, no problem. Absolutely no problem. So hopefully they figure it out. I hope they do. Hey, Lethal, I genuinely hope you figure it out, because this thing is missing 6 or 7 miles an hour. So hopefully they can data log those passes, send them back to Ed Badillo, say, Ed Badillo, what's going on? Is there a torque limit we're hitting? Is there a torque source that's hitting in the middle of the shift? Because this thing, not trapping over 140, people will not buy. And again, I love, if Whipple's listening, cool, whatever. Am I going to buy a Whipple kit with a Whipple tune if it only traps 130? When Nick Santarpia in his Gen 1 Fox body is going to beat me by a full half second and a full 6 mile an hour with the same layout? I just hope they figure it out, because this thing is a certifiable dud. So we'll talk about it. What are your biggest questions and concerns when it comes to Whipple and the VMP partnership? To me, it's still a big mystery if both parties know what it is. I think Whipple cares less. Yeah, go ahead. You want a lid? Here's a lid. Do whatever you want with it. And then VMP has to say, okay, we're supporting TVSs and Whipples, but is there an off-ramp for the TVS products? We'll talk about it. Let me know your questions, comments, and concerns. We'll do Star Trek trivia. I'm sorry, we'll do Simpsons trivia for the PMAS giveaway at 9 o'clock, and then we'll just get after it. Mr. Alex, you and ESS should collaborate and come up with a supercharger and call it the Califinator, the power that kicks you in the nuts. Somebody asked me, why don't I just get an ESS for the Gen 1? My Gen 1, that's apparently an ABS module went bad on it, so they're fixing that. I hope that's all it is. We'll see. Once I get it, it's going to be NA stuff. It'll probably go 11. It'll probably go 11.5. And then shove a blower on it on pump gas. That'll be interesting. Imagine this Gen 1 on pump gas runs 10.6, and then with octane booster, it runs 10.3. People are going to go, if I want to go fast in a Coyote, it's not going to be in an S650, and they're not doing anyone any favors that are haters like me. I am king hater on the S650. Why? It's not tunable, and it's the same thing as a Gen 3. It is the same freaking thing as a Gen 3, except it has Samsung tablets on the dash. That's all it is. So I'm a hater because Ford didn't give you anything special. They gave you something less special. And yes, you can be the dyno hero, but don't you dare race anybody with that car because you might be losing and you're going to be on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook Reels getting gapped by something old, nasty, and gross because now you're the target. That's right, Whipple guys, Whipple S650 guys. Did you guys try to get on the wave really early and found out that wave is going to crest really fast instead of waiting for that nice round wave that's going to allow you to surf for a very long time all the way to the shore? It's going to be an interesting next couple of months to see if they hammer out. Hopefully they logged it, and hopefully they sent the log to Ed Badillo and said, Ed, can we improve on this? What are you seeing? If Ed and the tuners over there say, hey, we don't know, I think this is it, and this is a Carbio kit, we can't really get too aggressive and start popping it on guys and can't give you anything custom above and beyond what we give the customer, there's going to be some disappointed Whipple guys out there. Now imagine the 10R80. There is a Dark Horse blower 10R. That's even worse. That, guys, that has to go 9s. I love you, Whipple. Your back's against the wall. It's got to go 9s. It has to go 9s if you're advertising 800 or high 700s pump gas through full stock exhaust. So now, what is the most crucial thing of that whole situation? The transmission calibration. Is it going to shift firm? Is it going to be something you can offer the customer and not wear out the transmission early? Boy, that's it. I do not envy their position right now because they have to balance the Carbio game. They have to balance the performance game. They have to offer the customer something badass and legal. And that's my issue with this whole thing. Not Whipple or VMP or Lethal. Forget them. I'm saying the Carb EO bending the knee. You know, we complied as an industry. We didn't fight it. We didn't get together and say, let's get after it. We bent the knee. We said, yes, sir. How smack us in the face a little more. We love it, sir. And now we've ended up in this situation where Carbio kits are touted as like good on new stuff. When racers, again, I'm no racer. I'm a call me a shit talker, call me a podcaster, call me whatever the fuck you want. But I've raced, I've done more stuff than most on different platforms to at least give you a sense of what basically have chops behind the words that I say. So a lot of people are going to go out there and say, well, Alex doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, even though I tune it all the time. I see it all the time. You guys just think I just wait all day in my couch that touches the wall and wait to talk shit online? You don't think I have a full-time job where all day I tune these cars, I see data, and I tell people, hey, this, that, and then at night I try to make it all work based on my experience when y'all just think I'm just shit talking. I love it. Needs the Lun sauce, and that's gonna be tough. Chuck Carter's in the house. He goes, AutoCar would be going to the track. So Chuck Carter, can you tell the people here, you work at Whipple, can you tell them like at what capacity? Because I'm very interested, and again, I don't want to get a VMP versus Whipple. I mean, yeah, I would love it. For the show, I would come on. But there needs to be, in my opinion, absolute clarity. And I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but like, I need clarity. And again, Rebecca called me yesterday and she gave me, it's going to be around for the foreseeable future. Those words right there. I don't want to record the conversation. That's weird. But yeah, it was odd. I'm sitting on the couch. I get a call. I get 3 calls from Sanford. And I'm like, who the fuck? The only guy I know from Sanford is a walking potato that doesn't know how to load value files. That's the only thing I know. But then I go, no, that's the land or something. Maybe it's someone else. And then I see it says Starkey. And I'm like, oh, I don't have a non-compete. I don't have anything. Well, what's up? And then they told me what the deal was. So Chuck Carter is the director of sales and operations. So his words come with backing. Now, Chuck, you and I both know this AutoCar has to run 9s. 135. You could not have been happy when that article came out. No way you were happy. And the copium in the post, the copium was just oozing in the post. Come on, guys, they got to iron it out. Come on, guys, they got to give him a shot. Wait a minute. They were popping their collars on the dyno saying this thing's not a dud. Bam, bam, made the power. You see everyone tagging me? Alex is gay. Alex sucks. I approached him at Mustang Week and he didn't do nothing. Oh, when I was at the VMP booth? When I was working at the VMP booth, that's when you approached? You didn't approach me on the street any other time. You didn't approach me when I'm off the clock. Off the clock, nobody approaches me. On the clock, they get puffy and huffy and start beating their chests. Off the clock? Nah. See me at an Applebee's after the show or something. No. They fucking do it while you're at the booth, knowing that they're going to goat you into something and potentially lose their job. So, yeah, I'm blown away by the copium in that post. I go, okay, well, they were popping off that it was not a dud. And I said it's a dud. And then when it gets to the track, it runs 135. I go, oh, so is it a dud or is it not a dud? Or are you oozing copium and saying, come on, it's better than what we had before. I mean, we have nothing. This is better. I'm sorry. Right now, Steeda and JPC look like absolute geniuses. Right? JPC. Where's the applause? Do I have please tell me I have applause here. I think I have diarrhea. Do I have diarrhea here? I think I saw diarrhea. Yeah, I have diarrhea. No, I'm looking for applause. So to give the flowers to, I'll just do it. JPC, Steeda, y'all look like geniuses right now. Y'all look like geniuses. So, I mean, as a fan, as a consumer, when I see an 800 horsepower car trap 135, I go, uh-oh. But Chuck says they have not seen logs. The AutoCar should do well. 9s are expected. And that's what I expect out of an high 700 horsepower car. I absolutely think that you should be well into the 9s at 136, 137, the 10R80. And you probably should launch it in second gear if it makes that kind of power. Can you launch it in second? That needs custom tuning. Did the article mention DA on the Evan Smith passes? Bro, stop it. Stop with the DA stuff, bro. 800 horsepower at Bradenton. It's been cold the last couple of weeks. It has not been hot at Bradenton, okay? This guy's wearing a hoodie. Look at this guy's wearing a hoodie. Everyone's got a hoodie on. Come on, man. It was probably 50, 60 degrees. When was the date? I'll look up the date. You guys can look up the date. February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. So look up the DA. Everyone, do me a favor. Look up on your apps right now. February 13th at 1:50 p.m., what was the DA in Bradenton? So we can dispel the myth that somehow elevation went up 10,000 feet and caused an issue with that car that day. Please, please, please look it up. And according to Mini Bike Madman, that's the thing. It doesn't matter because it made 800 on pump, supposedly. So what's it matter if it's an octanium or pump? If it made 800 on pump, it should have trapped 140. If it made 880 on octanium and more boost, it should have trapped 142, 143. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Lund needs to get access. Now, if I was Junior, I'm in no rush. And I'm speculating, and I don't talk to them about this at all. But if I'm Lund, I'd go, it's all good. Do whatever. This is what you wanted. You wanted locked up tunes. That's what you get. Now you see what the world without Lund can possibly look like, and you're stuck with 135 trap speeds on 800 plus horsepower car. Brandon B says the article says octanium. So the car had octane booster, a competent driver. Evan Smith is a very good driver, and the car simply did not perform. We'll see if the data logs say something. Hopefully Chuck Carter gets back to me. Chuck, I'd love to have you as a resource. I would love to have you as a resource because I need inside baseball knowledge of what's happening, because let's be honest, I need information from an unbiased source. You work there, right? So you're not going to sell something more than it's not, I hope. Chuck says, I mean, it really did make the numbers. We've downloaded a bunch of them at that Whipple HQ. Yes, octane makes a big difference, but that's normal Coyote shit. He's right. But it didn't perform at the track, and we need to know why. We definitely need to know why. Not obsessed with DA. It makes a dud case even better if the DA was decent. Elva Galarga says the S650 was giving off 0304 Cobra vibes, Dino Queens that can't run a number. If Ford gave Lund the keys, wouldn't you guys be playing in the EPA sandbox? Look, I don't even think that's even a conversation, to be honest with you. And I don't even want to get on that conversation. 1,000 feet at noon. That's what it was. DA was fine. Not even a problem. It wasn't 2,500 DA. It wasn't negative DA. If it was negative DA, that would be like damning evidence. But it was not crazy negative DA. So hopefully you look at the logs and maybe the intercooler pump was not working. I don't know. 135 is 690 to 710 or 20 rear wheel horsepower at 3,900 pound numbers. The car would have to weigh 5,000 pounds almost to say it makes 880 and it traps 135. So Chuck Carter, understand here, people go in on everybody, especially the Whipple stuff. Running on octane makes the past looks even worse. A world without Lund is a world with a lot of Mustangs for sale. Even if it didn't, 60 foot, the mile per hour tells the story. The 60 foots weren't terrible. With NRE motor, she'd run 138, no problem. 1,000 horsepower pump gas. Now, let me give you an update on what's going on with that. So Nelson Racing Engines, if you go to Nelson Racing Engines website, Nelson Racing Engines, okay, I think they have the actual numbers on the website. The website numbers, to me, look accurate. Yes, this, in my opinion, Nelson, is accurate. They show the Coyote. They show the Whipple. They show the drive kit, the black thing, and the I think these are billet. Okay, cool. 880 at 7,500 on 91 octane, which is behind the asshole power, the butthole, flywheel. And 950 horsepower at 6,900 RPM. Why 6,900? Why didn't you rev it out to 7,500? And 809 pound-feet of torque at 5,500 RPM on the 85. So the website says 880, 7,500, 91, 950, 6,900, 50 on the 85. So which is it? And then they have a half-inch head stud upgrade. Guys, they're 12 millimeter. So what is it? A 0.0056? Do you want to cut up the block for like 0.056 more stud? I just think it's odd. So luckily in that Instagram post, Nelson Racing Engines hit me up. And they were like, Alex, we had another guy dyno this. And I go, but it's an engine dyno. You saw what dynos do. You saw the blue car make 880 and then not make 880 at the track. So I don't care what it does on the dyno. What I care is when I put it in my car and you claim 1,000 at the flywheel on 91 octane and 16 PSI, that I go ahead and make 800 plus at the wheel. Depending on my transmission. If it's a manual, it should make 880 at the wheel. If it's an auto, it should make 820 at the wheel. But if I put it on with what you told me makes 1,000 and it makes 580, I will be suing you and returning everything and want a full refund. Stop it. I'd be pissed if my 800 horsepower Whipple S650 ran the same number as ESS cars on a 93 120 millimeter pulleys. Oh my God. You are 100% right, Big Daddy Patty. Every ESS AutoCar runs up, actually, that on pump gas, runs 10.6, 10.7. 120 millimeter G3X. So this is going to be the problem for Whipple going forward. people are going to go, why should I buy it's not even going to be a problem for Whipple. Whipple needs to put a Gen 6 blower on an S550, Gen 3. So find a Gen 6 blower, find a stock Gen 3 Whipple, and do the exact same tests. And then get someone like Lund to tune it. And you will see 140 something mile an hour trap speed, and you will see a 950 out of it with octane booster on a 10R with second gear leave, showcasing how much of a difference. Nothing against Whipple tuning, but it is CARB-O stuff. It has to be legal. It has to have cat protection. It has to flood stuff to cool the cats. Now, they might disagree with me saying that I don't think the Whipple tune is that good, but let's be honest. In the racing realm, you want an aftermarket tune. Does 1 millimeter even make a difference at that strength? Yeah, why would you want to upgrade to a half-inch stud when the bolts are already 12 millimeter? I think Cletus was in the trunk, sandbag it a little. 135 mile per hour is stock GT500 trap speed in DCTA, and that car makes 690 or 660 to 690 rear wheel horsepower, and it is heavier. So you can understand why I always said it was a dud, and I was waiting. I was patient. Everyone on the thread, Alex sucks. Alex is gay. Alex lives in a studio apartment. He doesn't know what he's talking about. What a dumbass. He made 880, 135. LS guys, follow Rich, who does engine dyno stuff, and wonder where the 200 horsepower went on the same combo. And Whipple can't even blame the tuner. Exactly. That's one they never did. They never did. I've never seen a Whipple tune go fast. If a Gen 6 Whipple makes 700 and it doesn't run 9s through a 10R, Houston, we got a problem. Because now the consumer is waiting. The smart consumers are going, okay. I want the latest and greatest. I want the new stuff. Why isn't it running badass? I have money ready to go. I have a loan pre-approved. I want a dark horse with the sticky rubber, the Trofeos or whatever. I want a Whipple and I want a 10R. And if it doesn't run a badass number, they're going to go, I'm going to keep my money in my pocket and build something or get a different platform. Get me a C8. Wait for the ZR1, see what that's going to do. I don't know, get a Z06. Because the Z06 runs that number. Oh, my Lord. The Z06 runs that number, NA. I just realized that. So when people say, well, Dodge gave up, Chevy gave up, Chevy's still making Z06s and Corvettes running that number. Sorry. NA, no tuning. Oh, no, we suck again. EPA says to Chuck, hey, what does Bondobird do all day over there? Listen to death metal. I'm not super familiar with the S650. Is there a difference in trans gearing from the S550? The MT82 is the MT82, same as always, a little bit different gearing. The Dark Horse has the 36 something or 3160 or the Tremec, the same as the GT250. That has better gear ratios. So maybe Whipple, you need to get a Whipple supercharger on a manual Dark Horse, not a GT. And see, one, if the transmission lives, because we all know those Tremecs are badass. And two, if the gearing helps the car launch, have a tighter gear ratio, and brings back some mile an hour because it's missing 6. Alice might live in the studio, but this dude got every dude's dream car and tunes for Lund. Get the fuck out of here. You know what's happening right now? The Gap Father, great name. Good job. The Gap Father. My name is now being used for clout. That's right. It's like Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor hasn't fought in 2 years because he got steroided up to work to do movies, and to heal his foot. So he did steroids, got over 190, and whatever. So he wasn't fighting. So everyone in the UFC was like, Conor, you better watch out, man. I'm coming for you, Conor. And if you want to get on the map, Conor is the guy. Do you know that my name is being mentioned by anyone that wants attention right now? Ooh, not bad for a guy that doesn't matter. Not bad for a guy that couch touches the wall. Not bad for a guy that is irrelevant in the industry using my name to get clout. Unbelievable. 3160 is going to explode. Then the gearbox explodes. Exactly. Michael Locke says new rotor pack on the Gen 3 would have been the move to show rotor pack progress on the 650. Locked wasn't the move. Okay, so let me ask you guys out there, and let's be honest, because I want to hammer out this VMP thing. Were you guys shocked when you heard it here first publicly? I'm sure there was rumblings around the PRI time, people talking some stuff. When you saw that hood open at the VMP car show, if you were there, and you saw a Whipple blower with a VMP logo on it, like, do you remember the wars, guys? I remember. I'm a veteran of the VMP Whipple wars. I remember the VMP Whipple wars of 2016, 16 through 18. I remember those wars. I remember people went to bat. This is my gripe now. Forget the dealers. Forget that this is... Alejandro Flores is a VMP fan. I think Whipples make great power. I tune them all the time. I never talk shit on the product in the tuning system. I talk shit about it here in jest, tongue in cheek. It's a fun time. We had a fundraiser for Bondo Bird, a Whipple employee. So there is no ill will there. But let me ask you a question. If you were in the wars, you were in the trenches of the VMP Whipple wars of 15 to 17, what did you think when you saw that? I guarantee some people went, God damn it, they lost. Right? So I'm a big history fan. When I saw them going to the Whipple warehouse, I'll look it up. So check it out. So, okay, I'll look it up. And this is what I thought. This is what I saw because I'm a big fan of history. Hold on. There you go. Let me see if I have it here. Yes. So this is what I saw. And I'm hoping you guys know what this is, because if you guys... Actually, there's a colored version. Color version. There we go. This is what I saw. Do you guys know what this is? This is what I saw. I said, it looks like Whipple is here. They're all surrounding and watching to make sure homie don't do nothing. You know? And he signed the documents and said, we will now carry Whipple Superchargers in our facility. And then Whipple did a flyover with their B-17.
1,500 planes.
Then Whipple did a flyover.
Super Fortress.
Yeah, Whipple said, okay, get the planes.
Navy fighters roar across the sky.
So in jest, obviously, that was when Japan surrendered to the U.S. and the USS Missouri. And I'm a big history fan. So I was like, well, it hurt me. I went, damn, Whipple won. I mean, no matter how you look at it, if you were a veteran, I'm getting flashbacks. You know how many people ended up in Facebook jail during the wars of 15 to 17, the Whipple VMP wars of 15 to 17? Do you know how many people ended up in Facebook jail for saying fuck Whipple? Do you know how many people got banned by Zuckerberg by saying, your mom is a whore? You know, you only run that blower because it was free. Oh, no, they blocked my account. Oh, fuck. Veterans. Remember, flashbacks. I'm telling you, I had flashbacks. And I was like, I just hope it's a good partnership for everybody, honestly, at the end of the day. But you and I both know optics matter. And them going to Whipple and doing that made you go, okay. And then it made you wonder, what about TVS's? And I got a call saying they're going to support TVS's going forward. But is Eaton okay with that? Exactly. I mean, we went right to jail, EPA. If you would have said anything bad about Whipple in the TVS Coyote forums, TVS Whipple forums, forget it. You were banned. Then Scott Hasty got a Whipple. All of a sudden, he's a Whipple guy. Like, is there someone in any war you can compare him to that was like hardcore this and then, Whipple? Okay, I'm going to run that. That's the best. Bro, I loved it. It was such a crazy time if you were in on the Whipple VMP wars. It was unbelievable. Yeah, Alex has PTSD. How many Loki or Odin, whatever Marvel character... How many Loki or whatever Marvel character went sevens like the Whipple did? None. I think the quickest Odin was in the 8s. And I think Whipple has been 7s in the Black Bean. A 3-0. Gen 5. In the Black Bean, the Lund Racing Black Bean, and a couple other guys. Zach Myers with a Turbo 400 has been deep 7s with a 3.8, I think. The Facebook band sounds personal. 15 to 17 had to be the wild time. VMP versus Whipple and the LMM group. Guys, sit down, you little shit. I'm going to tell you a story about 2015 to 2017. Men still had dicks. Women still had vaginas. Wild. You would piss in a men's bathroom and a woman could piss in a woman's bathroom. You were either Team Whipple or Team TVS. Fuck what you heard. And then it was on. LS versus guys, it was the time of my life. Now here we are. Whipple, it has a VMP logo on it. If I was a time traveler, let's say I was put in a capsule in 2015, and I was like, in my mind, Justin Starkey's killing it with VMP's Gen 2Rs, and he's got a Gen 3 prototype on a bench somewhere that's gonna... What year is it? It's 2024. Well, let me turn on Facebook, see what's changed. Whipple with a VMP logo? What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? Is this an alternate universe? Good time. Park performance whoa, crazy times, good times. What do you think of ESS Supercharger? Come on, Manuel, get with the program. What's happening in Asgard is causing those power adders not to be as good as Whipple. See, I thought that was a big mistake. Also, again, I always go back to the Roush days. I think Roush did a bad job of coming out with a blower design for the 2650, and that was the death nail to their blower lineup. Because in terms of the racing aspect, VMP was the only one pushing the envelope with racing stuff on the Roush 2650, and they used Roush and PAS to build their blowers. But once the Gen 2R tooling was not re-upped, there was a change. There was a definite feeling in the company for me, Alejandro Flores. I have been in many companies that have been in the middle of pivotal changes that changes the trajectory of their future. I said, this is not a good one. You can't lose the relationship with Roush. Roush is Roush. Roush is Roush. So for whatever reason, that went away, and they ended up going over to Magnuson, which is good. But then I saw the Odin name and the like the Gen 3R has a Superman logo. That's DC. And Odin is a Marvel character. So I'm like, okay, I don't know who's steering the ship in terms of the naming structure over there. What does it say here? Peggy Pissflaps is in the house. Breaking news. The S650 trapped 135 because of... Now, he thought he was going to go online and like have a kumbaya moment. Bro, you're a crook. You understand, Andrew? You're a thief. You're a crook. You try to get people in trouble. You try to drag people down with you. People that are around you will sooner or later find out how much of a piece of crap you are. I already know you're a piece of crap. That's why I don't engage you. I engage you on a platform that I get paid on. So I don't want to kumbaya with you. I don't want to hammer anything out with you. I don't want to know you. I just know that you're a thief, a crook. You can't tune for shit. And you will never hear me say positive things about you until I fucking die. Actually, even after I'm dead, you won't hear me say a goddamn thing about you in a positive nature. You are a crook, thief, a fuck. No, thank you. And the Loki, exactly. Alex has always been the common denominator. Yeah, exactly. I've been in so many companies that have failed, and I've been the common denominator. I bet VMP will call the collab Thor. No, I don't think Whipple will allow that. I think Whipple's smart. Whipple probably didn't. Look, not to pocket watch and not to talk money, But I don't think there was any exclusivity contract. It was like, you're a vendor. Now, bird's eye view. How do you think Lethal feels? Seeing that there's a lid. They announced a lid. Now there's a VMP lid. Now let's say you're another Whipple dealer. Do you get your own lid? Does Alex get a lid? What do I have to do to get a lid with my face on it? So yeah, I mean, I don't think at the end of the day, everyone's selling Whipple products. Whipple officially, what is it? Yesterday? What Sunday? Sunday. When was the post? When was the post that they said they're going to do Whipple stuff? The 18th? Sunday was the car show? February 18th, 2024, Whipple has won the Coyote Blower Wars. So says Alejandro Flores. I'm sorry. You have to look at it that way. Whipple won the Supercharger Wars. The war started in 15-17. And there was, time, it heats up, it slows down, it heats up, it slows down. But when it comes to like sticking a flag in the enemy's territory, it's a Whipple on a VMP shelf. As a bird's eye view, as a consumer, as a third party looking at it from far away, I'm like, Whipple won that. Call me crazy. Keep seeing videos about the Hemi and maybe Hellcat coming back in new cars might help Ford realize they got to change their ways. Take that. Yeah, like, I don't even understand why he keeps tagging me. Bro, stop tagging me. Like, the only reason I don't block you because then some people think that's like a win. But like you tagging me and having a vomit. By the way, every single time somebody posts a vomit post, they're in their feelings and they're feeling a little insecure. It's emotional. So vomit posts typically are guilt posts because I know stuff. I know stuff you're currently doing. I know your capabilities and your non-capabilities. I know them more than you think. And by the way, it'll give up too much. Those were the days back when Alex Rants went 8-9 in 2017 on a stock Gen 2 with a Hellion kit. It was sold. Imagine hosting a car show to announce you bent. I'm not okay. EPA said this. Imagine hosting a car show to announce you bent over to Whipple. Wow, times are bad. I didn't say that. Boyd said, "What's up on the Go Hard?" Again, using my name for. You don't hear me talking about homie at all. Irrelevant, nothing to do with me. Do your thing, bro. Vaya con Dios. Go street racing. Go do your thing. I don't care. If my name is being used on podcast for clout, I've done something. 2024, all tunes are Lund tunes with a different name on all blowers or Whipple with a different lid, bro. Could you imagine? Let's do a fundraiser and get Alex on Gen 6 Whipple with a YDBT lid for his Gen 1. I've already put it in order. I said, hey, you know what needs to happen for the show? It needs to have a lid with my face on it. I don't want a blower, just a lid. Just give me the lid. That's it. 730 people is crazy, like the live guys, exactly. Nobody even talks about Ken Bell, and I remember when the Blowzilla and the Mammoth were running shit, but Whipple passed everybody. If you're looking at it from a bird's eye view, the winner is clear. I thought he had you blocked by now, but guess you live in his head rent free. Like, get out of here. Just do your thing. I'm never gonna say you're good. He's questioning the funny thing is, right? He tries to talk badly about me to Lund. He basically says, I'm not talking shit on Lund. I think Lund is great, but Alex can't tune without being someone holding his hand. Nobody holds my hand for 8 hours a day. I just tune what's in front of me. I tuned like 40 cars today. Today, 40. Okay? 40. Nobody held my hand. And if you make fun of my tuning abilities by proxy, you're making fun of Juniors, Dakotas, Brandon's, some Nardi tuning, and Senior. Why? They taught me everything they know. So next time you start popping off on your cocksucker saying Alex doesn't know how to tune by proxy because Junior gives me the utmost confidence to say, tune. I taught you. You're good. If you have any questions, let me know. The only questions I've had is about LRX stuff. Like, where's the instructional? Where's this? But when it comes to tuning, I don't ask him much at all. he has publicly said, Alex, Dakota, and Brandon are my clones. They tune like I tune. So if you make fun of me saying I don't know how to tune, and then you try to exclude Lund from that, you cannot. Because I work for Lund, I tune like Lund. We basically are the Borg, one entity. So by singling me out, you're actually including in the other tuners. So be careful what you say. And I'm doing it in a very nice way. Be careful what you say. Anybody out there that doubts my tuning abilities and judges my talk show as tuning. No, this is my talk show. I had this channel way before tuning, and I do it better than most. But on the tuning aspect, I do exactly what Lund pays me a lot of money to do. So, go ahead. All right, we're giving away a PMAS cold air. Thank you very much, Mr. Prime. Thank you for reminding me. Let's look up some Simpsons trivia. Simpsons trivia, da-da-da-da. Because that's easy, it's quick. I could do Star Trek trivia, but you guys get on Google right now. Get on there, check it out, and go from there. No. Wow. I don't think anybody will get this. No. Okay, this is good. This is good. Okay, for the PMAS cold air intake, if it's 11 to 14 or 15 and up fender well, this or a equivalent thereof, meaning I will tell Nick, this person won the PMAS monthly giveaway, and you can either get a sensor, filters, couplers, a make your own cold air kit, or a cold air. And you guys decide. All I do is give him your email. You guys communicate. I am out of it. All I do is give them your email. What did the tattoo say on Bart when he first got on the first Simpson Christmas episode? What did the tattoo say on Bart? Bart got a tattoo. The first Simpsons Christmas episode. What did it say? Go. Let's see who is good at this stuff. Oh my God. Where is it? Okay. Here we go. So what did the tattoo say on Bart Simpson in the first Simpsons Christmas episode? Let's go. Someone said Barney. Diet Alberto. Oh my God. Wayno. Good job. Wayno. My God. Moth. That's right. It said moth. So congratulations, Wayno, for winning the PMAS Cold Air. Wayno, great job. That's how I like to do it. Quick and easy, no bullshit. 3 winners from 3 different episodes. That's the way it should be. I don't like, having multiple winners. So Wayne, all you got to do is hit me up at ydbt4life@gmail.com. ydbt4life@gmail.com. Prove who you are. Show me a picture of your license and an address. I will then take that email and forward it to Nick James. Nick James will go ahead and try to get you hooked up with some kind of prize, whether it be a cold air or whatever. Thank you, JD Swag, for putting the email up. And sorry, Bryson Witt for putting the email up. Thank you very much, very much. Yeah, look, Cobra Joe, the best thing is not to, look, anybody that wants to use my name for clout, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not going to get mad about it. You're actually pumping up my numbers. Because people that don't know who I was when you mention my name, now they go, boom, 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 boom. Here you go. Who is this guy? Oh, shit. He spits a lot of knowledge. I kind of like him, or I hate him, but I'll watch him. Like, people that hate me watch me the most. That blows my freaking mind. Like, imagine me spending time looking at someone's info, videos, podcasts, or whatever, who I dislike. Crazy stuff. The tattoos, Mr. Potato Head. So again, Wayno, congratulations. So now going forward, I really hope VMP clarifies this position. If there's going to be an off-ramp for the dealers, like Jake needs to know if in a year there will not be an ability to buy a Loki, a Odin, or a Gen 3R. He needs to know because he can't go to his manufacturer who needs to do 50 or 60 runs at a time to make it worthwhile. Because if Jake is like, we're low on VMP TVS kits, let me call my supplier so we can make more drive kits. And then the supplier goes, okay, you want 50 more? Send me a purchase order for 50 more. And they make 50 more. And 50 show up at Jake's building. and you say, by the way, we're out. Now Jake owes that money to the machine shop. That is inventory that's going to be taxed at the end of the year, sitting on the shelf, and it can never be sold again. Or it'll be sold within like 5 or 6 years. So there has to be a very quick, definite answer, yes or no, for the foreseeable future, meaning forever, will you have TVS kits on the shelf? And that's all. That's all they want to know, because they want to make sure that they're taken care of. And who am I looking out for? I don't give a fuck. I'm a tuner. Who gives a shit? But I have a friend that is in the parts business, and Matt Coates of MFP, which I don't think he'll be doing business with VMP. I shouldn't have mentioned those two in the same breath, because it brings up some harsh stuff. On 3, just released a mid-mount twin turbo kit for the S550. Alex, in your opinion, within the last 10 years, which manufacturer won the horsepower wars? Dodge. Not even close. Dodge. Dodge has the Hellcat, Scat Pack, Bumblebee shit. I don't know. They got some B. They have the 1320 edition. They have the Red Eye. They have the Hellcat, the Red Eye, the Red Eye wide body, and the Demon 170. It's not even close. I really think that once the Hurricane comes out, you guys are going to be in for a treat. The BMW guys are now new money, but the cars are legit fast. A stock motor can be in the 8s. That is a winner. There is no poo-pooing that right now. This new S58 or B58, I don't know the nomenclature. I'll get up on game once it matters, but right now it doesn't matter. They have gone 8s with a sealed motor, aftermarket turbo, and a built transmission from Pure, I think, right? Pure something solutions. They seem to be legit with the ZF stuff. So there's 8-second BMWs out there right now with a stock motor. That's legit. So BMW is ahead of Chevy. BMW is ahead of, I think, Audi. BMW is ahead of their German counterparts by going 8s stock motor. B58. Thank you, D-Rock Fox. That's what he says anyway. Stock Demon runs 8s. Discussion over. Exactly. So you need to understand that is a serious player. And in about 2 or 3 years, it's going to be a lot of those low 9-second cars on the street. You're a port injection kit. Remember we talked about port and DI? Oh, Alex. Remember all this DI talk? Why is BMW running 8s with aftermarket port injection? Guys, those of you on game, Randy Savage about a month later says Moth. Those of you on game with the BMW stuff, do those cars running low 9s and high 8s have an auxiliary port injection in them? Yes or no? Both S58 and B58. S58 is in the 8s too. There you go. The M4s can make 750 with just a tube. What kind of tube? Like a flow tube? Test tube? Just like a GT500, there's 1100 horsepower Audi A3 out there. Stock bottom end. No. Stock motor sealed. Head to oil pan, not touched. Stock cam. All you do is boost and fuel. Just what I tout that the Coyote can do. The Coyote to me is so badass because you can go 8s with boost and fuel. Obviously, drive shaft, build trans, blah, 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 blah. But I'm saying on the engine side of things, the horsepower to propel a 35 or 3,600 pound car to run 8 in the quarter mile can be done on stock motor. So if the BMWs need port injection added in order for them to run a number, then what about those people saying that DI makes more power? Why don't they just upgrade the high pressure fuel pump and put a freaking diesel Cummins injector in it or whatever and tune DI only? Oh, right. Because you need port injection to supplement everything because it chases the fucking air in. The fuel is chased by the air. It's not fighting it at the combustion chamber. Interesting how when me saying that and a bunch of psycho tuners saying only the people that don't know how to tune DI have trouble with DI. So let's make a leap. Are you telling me that BMW tuners that install port injection in their cars to run 8s don't know how to tune DI? Or do they understand that in high horsepower applications, port injection is more important? That's why we advocate getting rid of the DI on Gen 3s in big power applications because the 4DI sucks. High pressure fuel pump for a S58 is like $7,000. Oh, I don't know. Everyone was telling me that only real tuners with a U, tuner with a U, can make a car run fine on DI. And now y'all telling me that B58, S58 guys are doing port injection. So let's make that same argument. Do they not know what they're doing? I think they know what they're doing. I think they're very smart for adding port injection in there. Hell, if you ask an S58 or B58 tuner right now, hey, are they mostly like Jamaican? Like, are B58 or are they Russian? Hey, Vasily, wouldn't you love this thing to have a set of ID 1700s and no DI? Oh my God, I would love it. Right? B58, S58 owner, I'm talking to you. Wouldn't you love this car to have come with only port injection? So that you can just shove an ID 1700 in there on E85 and shh. The Gen 5 Chevy motors make power with auxiliary port injection. C701 has DI and port injection stock. That's why it's the daddy. It's still the James William. In the Chevy world, is the C701 daddy because of the port DI 2650 and auto trans? Looks like it's daddy. I don't think Alec LNP adds port injection on LT. Yes, he does. Unless he puts the biggest high pressure fuel pump on the planet. Get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. He loves DI, so he's going to advocate for that. He's going, DI is great. I want to say, shut up. Okay, let me see. Let me hit up Alec Bledsoe. I guarantee he has port injection on all those shits. All those cars have port injection. Alec Bledsoe. Alec Bledsoe. Hey, Alec, does your Camaro have port injection supplementing the direct injection? And at what power do you recommend installing an auxiliary port injection kit on LT-based platforms? Bam. Let's see what he says. Gen 5 LTs are limited with DI because of injection size and low pressure fuel pump and high pressure fuel pump size. Exactly. They have to do it. They have to do it. Heard rumors that the N-Gage was being discontinued. Can you... Oh, my Lord. And M2 is still cheaper than a flop horse. Alex, you just don't know how to tune an unkeyed DI Mustang. The fast BMW tuners are all Asians. DJ says, I think the BMW machines are great. It's just the owners that are insufferable. Look at Mustang owners. They're gay. They're all gay. Local Mustang with his daddy's M4 thinks he's BMW, best shit around. Refuses to look at 911 Turbo B and M5 CO. Supers are amazing. Brandon Horton says, dumb question time. Got a deal on new stainless work set. No, just throw them in this garbage. Throw them in the garbage. You get ultimate header. You take them you throw them in the garbage. You take these stainless works and you stomp on them. Alex said that. Alejandro Flores said that. You get an ultimate header. Plain and simple. They're all on Motec, says Ashley Fox. Alrix, how's the Fox coming along with the Nitrous kit? My installer sent me a bunch of photos. Did me a solid, man. This guy is sending me up the solenoids are hooked up. It's looking legit. He's got some wiring. I'm not gonna show you that wiring. I don't want him to. Shit. I don't want to give up the source. You know what I'm saying? Because the dude's legit doing me a solid. Yeah, he's got the solenoids hooked up. Got the carburetor mounted. Got the purge valve mounted. He's gonna mess around with. It looks like it's coming along. It's probably. I told him not to rush it. This thing makes DA. Nitrous makes DA, so I'm good. GT500 update. Oh, guys, I wish I could tell you. Fuck, man, I wish I could tell you guys. Guys, the stuff that's happening. I can't. Do not tempt me. Hey, Alex, if I make the switch to LRX from an N-Gage, why would you do that? T1 AutoCare. T1 AutoCare. And again, I don't mind that you want to do that. We appreciate the money. But if your N-Gage is working, stick to that. We love for you to come over. But there's nothing wrong with the N-Gage. And your platform doesn't need an LRX, no offense. because you could see gauges live, da 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 da. Now, if you don't want to use an application to load and log your tunes, okay, I get that. But you have an N-Gauge. I don't know why you would switch over. Again, I want your money, but I also don't want you to like have expectations and then, you know, maybe prefer the N-Gauge, because the N-Gauge to me is king daddy, but they don't make it no more. They don't make these 3 no more. They don't make these no more. These. They don't make them. They're mine. 950 new in the box was hard to turn down. Just saying. Yeah, no, I would have turned it down. No problem. Yeah, we all know the Mustang owners are gay. I'm the only clean SF50 around. Even some of the S197 SN guys are kind of cringe. We're listening. This sounds like a story for TX2K. Oh, no. That sounds like a story I got to bury. I got to bury that story. Dude, Alex, the world must know. I dare you to say it. No, guys, it's so good. Oh, I can't. It's so good. I just know that it's catching up with him. It's just out of the woodwork. Everybody's having issues. Everyone's having issues. And I'm like, I could have defended you. Again, I haven't got my bill yet. So we'll see. Here's your temptation. Tell us about the GT500. No, I can't do it, but I appreciate that very much. Channel your inner Bill O'Reilly and do it live. Did Breadman do something wrong in the bottom end? No. Spill the frijoles. No. Nothing he did. It's just things around that. Things are devolving on his end from what I can tell, and whatever. I tuned with my RTD Plus and locked my N-Gauge as my... locked N-Gauge as my New York gauge. Haha. Just want to support. That's all. I appreciate that, but honestly... We appreciate the support. I think it's awesome that you're going to do that, but you don't need to. I'm going to save you, $500. I don't think you need to do that. Palpatine, I can't put it on Patreon, guys. This involves like crazy things. I can't. Let me just get the bill from the people that are doing the headwork. Once I get that bill, I'll present it to him. I'll say, this is how much, this is hush money. It's not blackmail. This is what I'm owed because you did not do good work. And then I'm going to take that money and I'm going to hopefully put it towards L&M, putting it together properly, hopefully. And I get the car back, the motor back, put everything in, and I'm off and running. I took the car off the road. Car just sitting there. I took it off the road, and the license plate's going to go for the 13 Auto. And then if everything works out and I can do a 8-second pass on it, I'm going to have to take it to Lund Racing, dyno it at Lund Racing because the dyno's gone here, and hub dyno it. And if it makes 1100 to 1200, cool, then get to the track and try to run a number. Try to run an 8 and be good with that. No, nothing yet. I haven't heard anything about that. There's just other stuff that's happening. Somebody in Engage says, Bullet Bill, court? No court. I don't do court. I'm not a litigious person. Can I get a Lund 2 with SCT tuner? No, sir. Manuel Torres, not yet, I guess, but I don't know. Because they just dumped us out of the blue and it was kind of weird. So, and the more I talk about it, the more it gets brought up. Believe it or not, this show that is not influential at all got called by 2 different companies. Like companies are calling me saying, no. I'm like, okay, cool. And I don't want to say something that might affect the future support of another situation. You know what I'm saying? You already used your money to buy Christmas presents. It's too late now. So you're going to rename the GT500 bread money? If you don't pay, air out the dirty laundry. Now, you got to be a little... Look, this show does, even though you guys might think it's small, if I say something negative about somebody that is factual, it has a ripple effect that sometimes it's unintended. And I got to make sure that I don't catch shrapnel or have someone else catch shrapnel that I like based on me. I have held back saying so many things because of the people I work for and the shrapnel and stuff that's surrounding other people. So I do filter myself a little bit, but not because of someone else telling me to filter myself. It's because I think it's not a good look to talk shit on a potential future business venture or something like that that might otherwise be squashed because of my words of a show that doesn't matter. Guys, my couch touches the wall. Why does my show matter? You know, I can't wait for a podcast company or something, or some company. Like, yeah, we're gonna pay $300,000. You do the podcast for us. Thank God. I'll give you 4 podcasts a week. You do all the Marketing shit. I just give you podcasts and we'll do a 2-year contract. Just give me good money. I would love that. Oh my God, get me out of this. Sounds like L&M is about to show. Curious if VMP will give kits away to influencers like the Odin. Maybe they'll keep the kits longer this time. Oh my God. Well, this is what's happening. Unfortunately, VMP would give kits to people and those people would sell the kits and then buy a Whipple. Like, it blew my mind when that was happening. And I'm like, wait a minute, isn't there any kind of contract or anything like that? No. Now, with me, I had it for over 3 or 4 years. So I'm like, bill is paid. I've repped the stuff. Hell, my face was basically VMP for the time that I was there. It was me. It was me on Talking Shit Tuesday. It was me repping the stuff. Most of you guys watch me go pretty far with the black car with a very simple setup. And that's what I'm looking to do. And they're not paying me. Now, Whipple might say, hey, Alex, maybe you want to shove a Whipple on there? Not yet. No, I'm good right now. I want to do a TVS. I want to build it as if you were building it. You know, I want to see how far I can go with a Gen 2R, which we know is discontinued. So I don't owe VMP anything. So I can just do whatever I want to do and not have to worry about sponsors, companies saying stuff. It's just going to be all me showing you what's possible with a Gen 1 6R car. I already have a backup motor. I have a Gen 3 bottom end, Gen 2 headed backup motor. I have it. It's there. So if it blows up, put that sucker in, and then I can be up to about, 1,000 without much of a problem. I'm still learning the Coyote game. For a swap project, would I be able to remove remote tune that also remove pads? No, remote tunes don't remove pads. Pads has to be removed physically by somebody with like PT Diag or something. Then they can send you a tune with pads off, but the tune itself cannot shut off pads. It has to be done physically. I don't get what's the point of labeled VMP Whipple. We all know what it is. Bullet Bill, that's the bird's eye view. That's what the consumer is confused. All of you are confused. Let's wrap it up in a nice little package. The VMP video actually developed or caused more questions than answers. It didn't answer anything. Namely, why? Why? Y'all were at war 4 years ago. It was tough. It was a bad time. It was people on people talking some mad shit. Facebook hard time. 30-day suspensions. So if you're a VMP loyalist, you go, well, what'd you do? Now, if you want to speculate, which I don't really love doing that because I don't have anything against either company. Talk shit on Whipple, talk shit on VMP, talk shit on everybody. But VMP says that they're going to support them going forward. Then why bring Whipple in? Unless it's for the 24 up only program. But Chuck, on my post, said, no. They're going to offer Whipple Cobra blowers and Whipple 11 to 14 GT500 blowers. What? So is it going to have their logo on it? Whoa. So that's earth shattering. So then, you go, why? So then you have to really start paying attention and saying, if you're going to start offering 11 to 14 TVS Whipple kits through VMP, I don't see TVSs being on the same shelf, but I don't know what they got up their sleeve. Alex, thanks again for putting my video on your channel. You got Nitrous and Bias Play anytime. Alex, off topic, seen that Fat House uses Ghost Cam mode for drag mode to aid in spooling the turbos. Could dumb it down for us regular folks. So it's about the overlap. So you hear the turbos spool up a little bit, but only at idle. Only at idle. The Ghost, okay, what they do is they phase the cams only at idle to chop. So the race tune automatically chops. It doesn't chop to spool up better. The tune can be made with a regular idle and spool up the same as a Ghost Cam idle and the spool up. I just think it's a nice marketing to say, you're on the race tune when the car is chopping. That's all. I don't think it's that much. Yeah. Oh my God, the grapefruit. I forgot I put the grapefruit emoji there. You guys know about the grapefruit emoji. You think it's a good idea to install extreme rear anti-roll bar for the better traction, not for the street. I would not put a crazy anti-roll bar for the street. You will hate how it drives. I see it as VMP adapting to the limitations of the S650. I see them changing their tune once the platform is tunable. But why would then they say that they're going to support 11 to 14 Whipple kits too? If it's only 24 plus. It would make sense if it was 24 plus and they're going to legacy support everything else. But if it's Whipple kits on 11 to 14 or 11 to 23 Mustangs, we're all confused. Thanks to Lon, my Gen 3 full weight NA. A10 when 1137 and 122, 20-inch Nittles, G2s, E85 Ultimate header, super happy customer, badass. That's a good number. 11.3 NA, full weight, badass. We're all here in the rabbit hole with Alex. Most customers don't dive into product background and manufacturing process. Will VMP have a special sauce? Why wouldn't VMP just become a supercharger upgrade part company? Bingo. At that point, I said in the last video a month ago, they're just going to become an accessory place if this is how it's going to go. Meaning, they don't have to be in the blower game. See, if VMP was to then offload TVSs, they can just downsize. Obviously, they're going to make less money, but there's less headaches. They can have Whipple support everything. Put our stupid label on it, and then we will then sell you upgraded cold airs, upgraded tanks, upgraded intercoolers, upgraded bricks, upgraded everything. Become an accessory company. I don't know how it's going to work. I think they want Justin to make those Whipple tune saucer. How's he going to do that? No offense to Justin. He stopped tuning a long time ago. I think up to Gen 3, that's all Joe. Like Joe was the guy. And then he downloaded his knowledge onto Mike and Michelle over there, and they seem to be doing okay. Alice has got the ESS G3X. Looking forward to getting tuned by you guys. Are all 1-foot Coyotes aside from the boss? Are all Gen 1 Coyotes? I'm like, what the hell? Gen 1 Coyotes aside from the boss all equal? Or are they all any year Gen 1's better? I think the 14 is better. Just because it's the last year, it's the most refined year, and it has 13, 14, but 14, in my opinion, for sure. And again, exactly, DNA Performance, come to them for VMP Whipple stuff. And as long as DNA, that's a great question. Did you worry about supplying VMP blowers for people, or do you just drop ship and say, fuck it, I don't stock anything? I would understand that. Travis says, that's probably exactly what they're going to do. Focus on installing and making BAPs and ice tanks. Rest in peace to Kenny Bell. They got left behind. Kenny Bell died. Kenny Bell, not physically, figuratively. I think he physically passed away, but I meant like, I meant the blower. I think that blower just died on a vine. And remember when, what the guy's name? The guy that Stan, that fucking Stan, Instagram Stan guy that wanted me to be together, wanted to get free tuning. Nate Ryder. Saying that Kenny Bells are the best. Motherfuckers are out of business, bro. AccuFab bought them and that you haven't heard shit from them. Basically, Kong porting, etc. Yeah, I believe so. What the heck is PAD's passive anti-theft system? Meaning the car won't start with a stock computer, right? Let's say you got a stock computer and you throw you take that stock computer, you put it in a swap car, engine harness, and throw a tune on it. It won't even turn over. It won't turn over because anti-theft system's kicking in. So then you have to take the computer, put it on the bench, fancy software, disable that. Then you can put it back in the car. In the tune, disable PATs. It's a switch, 1-0. Then it'll start. And there we go. Kenny Bell blowing Corvettes off in the weeds. Exactly. Ported Boss reported 18. Same shit. Parker says, yeah, this Kenny Bell Mammoth car we've got in is terrible. Dude, Kenny Bell cars. The only Kenny Bell worth talking about is the 3.7 and like the 4.2. Those were badass. Those are bad. Liquid cooled, aka preheated. You understand what liquid cooled means? They used to run fluid through the case, but that's to preheat the case so that the clearances are proper. It was just such a gimmick. You're the Alex Jones of the Mustang community. You always say what's going to come. Try VMP, had to get a way out. I still think VMP did it because they had to look at a future. Maybe the Magnuson deal isn't working out. I can see that, but I don't have any inside. I definitely don't have any inside. Legit, I don't have any inside knowledge on that. But on the Roush stuff, if it went down like the Roush stuff, if that's a template of what could happen, I could definitely see them saying, we're just going to do all Whipple stuff and let them manufacture everything and make accessory stuff. Ported Boss for boost doesn't matter, honestly. Ported Boss or ported 18 doesn't matter. Does DNA sell Forge Star wheels? Yes, I bought my Forge Star CF10s on my ZR1 through them. They're direct with them. They know the offsets. They were giving me prices live. It was awesome. Anybody, what the hell is PATS? I already said passive anti-theft system. Listen up. We send our PCMs to Power by the Hour and get them delete PATS. There you go. Big Toaster under the hood. Mikey hit the blow-up. Old live stream. Left a like and a cast replay. Finished work. And Rebecca didn't seem too excited about that VMP video. No, I don't think Rebecca's that excitable. She just kind of does her thing. You know, she's not like, whoopee, what do you want her to do? Jump on the hood and go, yay! You know, she's okay, you know, it's a business venture. We'll see how everything goes. And VMP is looking for love in all the wrong places, says 2000 MCR. And DNA is going to get hit up tomorrow by Leon Phelps. Again, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me. We had 730 people chiming in, talking. We still have 600 or something about the VMP Whipple partnership. How's it going to end up? Is there an off-ramp for TVS Eaton stuff? Is Eaton okay with Whipple twin screw blowers on the same shelf? I know Whipple doesn't care. Whipple's like, I don't give a fuck what you put on the shelf. You know, as long as our shit's on the shelf, we don't give a shit. And then VMP now has to then quell the fears of their potential dealers that are relying on some kits based on other accessory drives and stuff that they sell. So that all has to be hammered out. I'm just here to report on it. That's all I do. I report on it and I get paid to report on it. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for an hour and a half. So congrats to the winner of the PMAS cold air intake. I'm going to be back on Thursday. We'll see what the fallout is. We'll see if there's any more clarity. We'll see if VMP hits me up or hits Whipple up. And then maybe I'm blown away and I'm happy. And I appreciate you guys supporting that. I was called about it and was told, no, let's clarify some stuff. Meaning our opinion matters, our show kind of matters, and our show shines a light on certain things that are happening in the industry that otherwise you wouldn't know. And I'm hoping that I'm doing right by both companies, that I'm not talking shit. And then maybe you can come to an agreement and then maybe hash it out. And if I can get, if I can get conferenced in and listen to that fuck up, that would be awesome. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys on Thursday for YDBT Daily. Have a good